Remember, in Matthew 25, Jesus is speaking of how the nations will be divided to sheep and goats, according to how they're going to treat Jesus' least of his brothers during the tribulation. The Jewish people will be getting another dose of anti-Semitism during the tribulation. And the only nations and the only people that will help them throughout that time will be called sheep and will be allowed into the kingdom. The second thing the Philippines did, it's the first and the only Asian country that voted yes for a Jewish state in the land of Israel. November 29, 1947, Resolution 181 in the General Assembly of the UN. Philippines originally intended to say no, eventually was convinced to say yes, and had become the only Asian country to vote yes. So not only that God used the Philippines to save the Jewish people, but also used the Philippines to support the Jewish people's return to their homeland to establish their state. And if that's not enough, came a few weeks ago, President Trump's recognition of Jerusalem as capital of Israel. Immediately, the Palestinians promised that all hell will break loose, that the world will come to an end, but the world goes on. They only found out to their displeasure that actually most of the Sunni Arab world will support them only by words, but in reality, the Saudis made it very clear to them that they don't mind that Jerusalem is not going to be the capital. The Egyptians made it clear that they don't mind that Jerusalem will not be the capital. They offered them either Ramallah or Abu Dis and other places, but they don't have the support they had hoped that they will have. And when that vote came to the UN a few weeks ago, the Philippines could have voted yes to reject Trump's declaration, no to accept Trump's declaration, and the Philippines chose to abstain, which means we don't mind that Trump's declaration. It's okay, but we cannot say it's okay lest our citizens will be subjected to violence in many of the Arab states where they work. So in reality, the Philippines did not oppose that, but quietly said, we agree. I want to tell you something. Originally, President Duterte wanted to move the embassy immediately after President Trump said that, but all of his advisors told him, hold the horses, mister. Because you just have to understand that it will put in jeopardy too many Filipinos, OFWs, and this is not smart at this moment. So they kept it quiet. But when time came, Philippines abstained and not automatically voted with the rest of the world.